Loafers are one of the most stylish, versatile shoes a man can wear, but the truth is that most men wear these in a very sloppy and unstylish type of way. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down the top loafer mistakes that most men make and what you could do to fix them. Starting off with wearing loafers with the wrong outfit. So I want to make this abundantly clear that loafers do not need to be worn under no circumstances with athletic shorts, sweatpants, athletic shirts, anything in the athletic type of realm you need to stay far away from with loafers. They're meant to be worn with more slimmer type of bottoms, slimmer type of pants, such as slim fit jeans, chinos, trousers, things like that. I will say though, a big exception is that the chunkier loafers do look really good with the like looser fit, wider fit, relaxed fit type of bottoms. Those do pair well with the chunkier loafers. But besides that, loafers are usually made in a more sleeker, more slimmer, low profile type of way. So to complement their overall silhouette is usually going to be a slimmer type of bottom. If you wear loafers in a more sloppier, I don't care type of way, this makes your look extremely tacky and out of place. Now let's move on to our next point, which is wearing the wrong socks with your loafers. So kind of as I mentioned in the last point with wearing your loafers, with anything athletic, you want to make sure you're staying far away from that, but this also comes into play with your socks as well. I see a lot of guys wearing the athletic socks, the high white athletic socks. This looks extremely tacky and just out of place. With loafers, you want to go for more dressier socks, and you want to match your socks to the color of your pants. Is the easiest way to just make your look cleaner, more intentional, and to look like you know what you're doing. But I want to emphasize in the spring, summer months, you can get away with wearing no-show socks for a cleaner, more intentional, refined type of look. But make sure you're not doing this in the core of the fall and winter months. You can maybe get away with no-show socks in the early fall months, but as we get into the heart of the fall and winter, you need to make sure you're putting your no-show socks away and going for a more weather-appropriate type of socks. So be mindful of the season you're in and make sure you're dressing accordingly. And please, whatever you do, do not wear those high white socks. Also, if you're going to pair shorts with your loafers, make sure you're not wearing visible socks too. I don't care what color the socks are, please do not wear visible socks with your shorts when you're wearing loafers. For this situation, you always want to go with no-show socks. Wrong loafer style for the occasion. So loafers are not all created equally. Some are meant to be worn more casually, some are meant to be worn more semi-formally and formally. For example, wearing a Horsebit loafer to something super casual might not be the best idea. You might come off a little overdressed, and then wearing suede loafers, driving loafers to a super formal type of thing, you might be a little underdressed. So make sure you're matching the aesthetic that you're going for correctly. Loafers you wear to a barbecue should be the same loafers you wear to a formal setting. Matching your loafers correctly makes you look more intentional and more stylish. So it's very important to have different loafers in your arsenal, some that are going to cover casual settings, some that are going to cover semi-formal settings, and some that are going to cover formal settings. Sleek penny loafers are great for business casual looks. Tassel loafers are great for smart casual looks. And as I said earlier, the suede loafers and driving loafers are great for more casual settings. Also, the suede loafers and driving loafers are also great when you're pairing loafers with shorts as well. Bad fit and shape. So another common mistake I see a lot of guys make is they're wearing loafers that just don't fit right. Loafers are supposed to slightly hug your foot. They're not supposed to be too tight or too loose. When they're too tight, you're just going to walk in a very awkward way. You're going to walk in a more stiff way. When they're loose, they're going to have that big, bulky look to them, and your loafer is going to slide up and down on your foot all the time. Make sure you're getting your foot measured. Also, it's better to be safe than sorry. I know a lot of guys that just get their foot measured once or twice in their whole life, and they just assume that's the correct size they are for the rest of their lives. But it's better to be safe than sorry. So just make sure you're getting your foot measured every so often too, just to make sure you're buying the right overall size and shape for your foot to match the loafers accordingly, because you don't want any creasing on the loafers. This just looks really tacky. You also don't want to be walking and you gotta like try to, you know, you try to like grip the loafer or a shoe that's too big on you with your toes to try to clench it to make it stop from going back and forth, sliding back and forth. You don't want to do that. Make sure you're getting loafers that are the correct size for your foot. Overly trendy and flashy loafers. Now, wearing the overly trendy or flashy loafers just comes with the cost of really limiting you and your style. I'm talking about the loafers with the studs on them, the loafers with the big logos on them, the loafers with the overly big tassels on them. These just really can hurt your style ultimately because you can't really pair them with many things. versus a more timeless classic type of silhouette, you're going to be able to put with a lot more things. It's going to be a lot more versatile and you're going to get a lot more use out of it. Also, it's going to be a much better bang for your buck and you'll be able to wear them in many different ways. Not having the correct hem. So another mistake I see a lot of guys making with loafers is they wear loafers with pants that are fresh off the rack. The problem with this usually is that the pants are usually too long, so they're going to swallow the loafers and they're going to take away from how good the loafers look on you because you can't really see them. So what you want to do is make sure you're getting the proper hem for your loafers. For this, I like to go for a slight break or no break. No break is usually where the pants are just barely grazing the top of your shoes, and a slight break is where the pants are touching the shoe, but there's more of a slight crease in there. So either one of these are very effective and they just allow your loafers to be seen and exposed in a nice, clean type of way. You also don't want to have your hem come too high either because it starts to look like you have on capris, which just doesn't look good either. So it's better to have a slight break or no break at all, just so you can get the most out of your loafers and so your pants are competing with your loafers either. Now let's move on to our next one, which is neglecting care and condition. It's amazing to me how many guys just simply don't take care of their loafers, don't take necessary precautions to just make sure they're getting the ultimate amount of longevity out of their loafers. So make sure you're using shoe trees when you're not wearing your loafers. Make sure you're cleaning them, brushing them off, shining them. All this is going to make a huge difference when you wear your loafers out in public. And it's also going to make you feel a lot more confident, a lot more stylish, and it's instantly going to elevate any outfit that you wear your loafers with. That's it for me today. Hope you got some out of the video. Make sure you check out my video right here on how to style loafers for men without looking boring. And I'll see you next time. Thanks. Peace.